So first of all, a very quick revision on coordinate geometry. As far as I know, you guys did some last year. So on the coordinate system, we might have it's effectively two number lines that are perpendicular to each other. There's a number line going that way, positives, going negative, getting smaller that way, and a number line here. Positive up the way, negative down the way. And any point on the system is identified by giving its x coordinate. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So the x coordinate first, always, followed by the y coordinate. So this point is out 2, its x coordinate is 2, and it is up 3. Some people say walk and climb, okay? A point over here, that's out -2. I'll put it down here. -2 is the x coordinate first, and then the y coordinate is -4. Okay, so hopefully everybody will understand how to do that from last year. X coordinate first, y coordinate second. Okay. You then also would have spoken last year about how to get the midpoint of 2 points. So if I drew a line joining these 2 points together, how do I find the point that is in the middle? And the formula for that was x1, so the midpoint is, and the formulas are in your log tables, so you should be aware of that, they're also in your book, is the x1 plus x2 over 2, comma y1 plus y2 over 2. Now, what does that mean in the context of the question? Well, for these 2 points, we will have to call them. We know that they're both, the first coordinate is the x, the second one is the y. But we label one of them, it doesn't matter which one, x2, y2, and x1, y1. Obviously, we need to give them labels because we can't call them all x, y. So now we just follow the formula. x1, which is 2, plus x2. x2 is a -2, so x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. Now, a 2 plus a -2, plus minus together just turns into a minus. Okay, but you can do it on the calculator. 2 take away 2 is 0, and 0 divided by 2 is just 0. Okay, and 3 plus -4 is the same as 3. A plus minus running together is a minus. So 3 minus 4 is -1 over 2. So your midpoint should be the point 0 minus a half. Okay, now mine isn't the most accurate drawing in the world. Let me see. So out 0 minus a half. So it should be more. If we look at the coordinate, 0 minus a half means you go out 0 on the x and you go down a half on the y. So just looking at it there, that's more accurate, and that's the actual midpoint. So you can verify by drawing 2 points. If you're asked to find the midpoint, it is a good idea once you've found it to actually draw the 2 points and see, is your answer, does it make sense? If you made a mistake with your minus sign, you might realize, oh, that doesn't look right, I better check my maths. Okay, so that's the formula to find the midpoint between 2 points. The other one that you would have done, as far as I'm aware, is the formula for the distance between 2 points. So we'll use the same 2 points and we'll find the distance between them. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had, I think, out the point 2 up 3. Again, x coordinate first, followed by y coordinate. X, y. And we had -2 minus 1, minus 2, and down minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. X coordinate first, Y coordinate second. Okay, again we can put in the labels. It's just time-wise I'm restricted on the video because it takes ages to upload large videos. Okay, now we want to find the distance between these 2 points. Now I know the midpoint is there, so I'm going to put that in just so it will not a very straight line. We want the distance between those 2 points. And as far as I know, you did it last year. And again, when you go to your log tables or your book, the formula for the distance between 2 points is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1. Sorry, y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, so in this case, the distance between those 2 points, as a matter of fact, if we label them, if that's the point A and that's the point B, in maths, the way to say the distance between A and B is a nice short way of doing it. The distance between A and B is the square root of x2. So let's call them, we'll call this x1, y1, x2, y2. Doesn't matter if we call this x2, y2 and this x1, y1. It makes no difference. You'll get the same answer. So it's the square root of x2 minus x1. Now be very careful. That's minus 2 squared plus y2 minus y1, which is minus 4 squared. Now, you can put that straight into your calculator. It's not a bad idea in an exam, but I'm just going to work it out here. So we have, that is the square root of 2, do what's in the brackets first, 2 take away minus 2, a minus is a plus, so that is 4 squared plus 3 take away minus 4, which is 3 minus or 3 plus 4, so that's 7 squared. So the distance from A to B is the square root of 16 plus 49, which is the square root of 65. Okay, now, again, looking at it, you should be able to get an accurate enough answer. The square root of 65 is 8.06. Now, even without a calculator, 8 8s are 64. So the square root of 65 is 8 point something. On your diagram, you can see that 1 unit is about that much. So what we're saying is, does that realistically look like 8 point something units? And yes, it does. So always keep that realistic element in your questions. Just like if you're in the shop and somebody charges you €100 by accident instead of 10, you're not going to just give them the €100. So you should always check things to make sure. Okay, so that's a revision of what you've done. I'm going to pause the video now, or I'm going to stop this video, and now I'm going to move on to new stuff.